Roger is a great friend of this program. Roger Sutherland, founder of A Healthy Shift, and the new brand is called Shift Work Champions, trademarked. Roger is a shift work performance fatigue risk specialist, 40 years frontline in Victoria Police, and now doing all sorts of amazing things and work bringing together live experience, work shift, science, practical strategies, all that sort of stuff. But you're fired up. What's going on with you?
Oh, it's been a big fortnight. It's been a massive fortnight since we start talking. Well, I've refreshed the website now. Shift Work Champions is all go, and we spoke about that last week.
You did?
I want to have people on shift in real time supporting our shift working community. So instead of just going in and delivering a keynote and going, this is what you need to do, and then walking out of the room, my question has been, what happens after that? What happens once I leave the room? Because everyone goes, oh, that was great, learned a lot out of that. Then they go back to their rosters, they go back to their home life, they go back to everything, and
business
they lose
as usual.
Business as usual. So what we want to do is we want to bring in, and my idea, and I've trademarked Shift Work Champions, because we champion people in workplaces now for everything. We champion health and well-being, we champion inclusion, inclusivity, we champion, well, you name it, they're champion. But in 24/7 environments, when you consider that 1 in 5 humans are shift workers now in the world, 1 in 5, so over 20% of people are shift workers, we don't have shift work champions supporting people in real time. And my question today, and I want people to call up 133 693, or they can text in 0477 693 693. What education did you get as a shift worker? Who taught you how to go about doing shift work?
Well, the answer will be because nobody would have got it.
Well, I did 40 years would you consider Victoria Police a large organisation?
Major organisation.
A major organisation. Well, we've got 18,000 sworn members now, probably 1,500 or 1,600 short, but they've got 18,000 sworn members. How much shift work education have they got?
Zero.
To start off with. You can't put a flyer on the wall anymore. We are beyond that. We have regulations in Victoria now that we have to educate to combat risk. We have to have systems in control. We have to have open conversations around how we can better structure environments for safety. And shift work is a risk. Full stop. It's a risk. It's a fatigue risk. We have problems with turning staff over all the time. We have morale issues. After the 5 o'clock news, I want to talk about how on earth did we get to here today, which is a big topic that I want to talk about. How on earth did we get to the stage that we're at right now with the no money? So I'll be bringing that one up. But anyway, Shift Work Champions is go. I've got my first client that I'm working with at the moment, which is unbelievably exciting. It's an international company who are actually going down the line of having me go in and educate them on their basics, and then I will be coaching a team one-to-one as shift work champions, and then they will then be out there in their workforce on shift with their colleagues, supporting their colleagues with shift work strategies.
We'll come back to that very shortly. Lots of calls coming in. Come and join us, 133 693. One text in particular says, Tony, this bloke is upsetting. I think he was talking about the previous caller. Talking about using words like rape and spruiking aggression and conspiracy theories. He's entitled to opinion, but he's aggro towards you, disrespect of our Prime Minister, confrontational attitude is unacceptable. Take care, says Robin in Box Hill. That's a legitimate response as well. And then there are a whole lot of text targeted at me saying, oh, you've just had a big serve. Shane's all over it. You're just ignorant.
I won't even comment on it because I actually, to a certain level, I agree with Shane. I've listened to Shane and there's certain aspects of it that I actually agree with, but I don't want to talk about politics in that. I don't want to talk about the immigration and so on and so forth. I've got my own opinions on that, and it's so divisive. It used to be religion, and it used to be politics and religion that you couldn't talk about.
Oh, not in my house.
Now we can't
always
talk
talked about religion and politics. Always.
I know, but it's so divisive. But now we can't talk about COVID either.
Who said we can't talk about it?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. So,
okay. And I
think
don't want to talk about it. How you broke my heart. Yeah. David, say hi. Good morning. You're a shift worker, David? Hi.
Morning, gents. Does that mean I'm the champion? I'm on my way home from work.
You're a legend. I don't know about a champion because you haven't been trained as a shift work champion yet, but I'm going to call you a legend. What do you do, David, and how does shift work impact on you?
Listen, I'm blessed. I'm a consultant, and I work on all the big projects, the Tier 1 projects throughout Melbourne. I'm happy to work nights because I charge a little bit extra. But it's interesting because you do realise when you do nights, and I've been doing it now for months and months, there is another community, right, that's busy working all night. The traffic controllers, the concreters, everyone. There's so many people that have to work.
It's a really good point.
Now.
It's a really good point, David, because we have a whole community of nocturnals, don't we, of people who are actually out there doing the job. And this is why we have to have our shift workers. As I was driving in today, there's taxi drivers, there's Uber drivers around, there's people working on the roads, there's truck drivers driving around, train drivers. We forget about, when we think shift worker, we think, nurses, doctors, police, fire, ambulance, but we forget about everybody else. But it really is an entire network of people all supporting each other on night shift, isn't it?
Would that be... thank you very much for that call. It's a great call. Nobody forces you into that work.
No one forces you.
So you're doing it voluntary.
Yeah.
Nobody forces me to do this job. I
No,
just
they
love
don't.
doing it.
No, they don't. But someone has to keep this radio station running between midnight and 5:30 a.m. Someone's going to sit in that chair, and you've put your hand up to do it. You've said that you'll do it. Yeah. And that's exactly the same with nurses, with police, with fire, with people are in these roles. Someone has to do it. When you put your Amazon order in, someone's got to pick it and get it to you and deliver it.
Yeah.
So it has to be done. But you're right. No one forces you to do it. And people say, oh, no, I have to do it. No, you do not. You do not have to do it. And people say, oh, but it pays the bills. I just want to give you another perspective on that as well. Every night that you do, it's putting another line on the invoice that you have to pay back. Every single night that you do night shift, it's putting a line on the invoice.
Because of the mental drain, the physical drain, the health drain?
Biological. It's
biological.
If people are not educated, and this is my point, people are not educated on how to optimise their lives around shift work, so they're bumbling their way through it, doing what they think is right. But every time you don't get it right, or every time you work a night, you are working against your normal diurnal circadian rhythm. And every night it puts another line on the invoice. And you might think you're getting away with it, but you're going to have to pay it back, and with interest.
There's a text that says, Roger sounds very like Brendan Knottle from the Salvation Army. That's funny. That's really good, Andy. Thank
What happened to Ben Fordham? I thought I was Ben Fordham.
No, well, last time you were Ben Fordham.
I was Ben Fordham last time.
Shane would be real fun at a party. Not. Shane is a little cheeky. Off he goes. Thank you, John. The shift work advertorial session, is he paying the station for this? Well, that's a very good point. We might have to get him to advertise.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Can he come in and educate Tony about everything?
I do come in here for nothing to speak at 4:30 in the morning.
That's right.
Let's be clear on that.
And we love you for that. Leo's on the road. We'll come to you the other side. 133 693. You can come and join us. It is Australia Overnight. Good morning. On the road again. Leo, morning.
Morning. I've been a night shift worker most of my life. I don't think I've had a day shift job that lasted more than probably 4 months. Either I'd quit, get sacked, end a contract, or my favourite, by the way, Leo, you're starting on night shift on Monday.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Some people really thrive. I know me personally, thrived on night shift. And the general late chronotype person, the general afternoon person, the person that likes to stay up late, get up late, those people do cope a lot better with night shift. And some people, and I'm one of them, I despised day shift. Absolutely despised getting out of bed. Is that how you were, Leo?
More or less, yeah. I just feel more alive at night. It's
yes.
Just, and people are different.
They are.
There's no traffic. That's what I like about it more than the others. There's no traffic.
And not only that,
And,
but we haven't got people micromanaging over the top either, do you? You tend to have a bit more freedom when you're on night shift. Yep.
Exactly. I mean, some of the places I've worked, you only see the managers once every 3 to 6 months because they have to tick a box.
Exactly right. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. And this is my point. This is what I'm saying. The night shift crew get left alone, get forgotten in a lot of education and systems around. They're the ones that need it. They're the ones that need it.
But Roger, you would, if you were honest, and you would be,
Yep.
you would say that it did impact the 40 years in which you were involved in the service with police here in Victoria. Whilst you love the work and whilst you gladly did it,
Yes.
it impacted you in ways that maybe you haven't really shared with everybody, and you take responsibility for that.
Oh, see, this is the point. I don't go into it. It's
No.
my story, but I don't go into how it's impacted on my family life, marriages, and I say marriages, and relationships with friends, with people, the impact that it had on my health, the constant fluctuations around that, shift work and night shift in particular. And it's very lonely as well. Now, you will have noticed doing night shift yourself how it's hard. Like, people will contact you and say, let's catch up for coffee this morning. Oh, I can't. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
The footy. You want to go to the footy. You can't on a Sunday afternoon because you've got night shift.
I've got to go in at 10 o'clock Sunday night.
Exactly right.
And for the most part, people don't understand that. They go, oh, why
they
can't
don't.
you come in?
Oh, and they say, oh, T-Mac, you're around again.
Yeah.
Oh, you're down the shop. Oh, you're around again. Don't you work?
Yeah.
That used to drive me
true.
absolutely crazy. You drop the kids off at school. So many nurses or, shift working mums, police women, are dropping their children off at school or picking them up from school. What the people don't see is they get home from work, they have to get the kids organised, they drop the kids off, they go to sleep, they get up, they have to go and pick the kids up, they've got to deal with the kids in the evening, at night, and then go back to work again.
Why don't we have people like that have a sticker on them that says, I am a
Shift worker.
understand
Yep.
that I'm a shift worker along those lines.
And everyone's knocking on
to
the door
identify.
and mowing the lawn. I mean, life's got to go on. I totally understand that life has to go on for our regular people, but you have a look at shopping centres around during the day, a lot of men walking around, a lot of women walking around. Doesn't mean that they're not workers. They could be shift workers, that they're there during the day doing what they've got to get done during the day.
I work 2 day, 2 night off, hate the days. There you go. That's an interesting one. 30 years plus blue scope night shift has been rewarding. However, also has an impact on my family. My husband, now retired, I have to live a day life. It's a rush. I want to spend every second awake.
And that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And that's why I get out of bed at 3:30 to come in here and do this show. I'm alive now. I've turned myself right around from being that night person. If you had said this to me 5 years ago, no way would I have been here.
Kel, hello.
Yeah, g'day guys, how are you?
Well,
Listen, I know we're up against it. Can you hear me?
loud and clear. Go ahead, Kel.
Okay. Yeah, so, look, I'm driving around at the moment out the back of Picton, and I've been doing it since 3:30 this morning because I've worked night shift for the last 15 years, and I'd leave home at 9 or between 9 and 1 every night. Straight from home, go straight to first job, anywhere from Newcastle, Canberra, and out west at Lithgow. And you say you've got to pay it back later. You know, you work a night.
Yep.
Well, I'm paying it back now later because I'm not working and I'm still up and I'm wandering around like a lost soul at 4 o'clock in the morning because I cannot change my life back.
If today's episode has made you stop and think, that's exactly why this podcast exists. At A Healthy Shift, we help organisations build shift work capability from within through evidence-based education and the A Healthy Shift Shift Work Champions framework. The goal isn't simply to help people survive shift work. It's to help them thrive while creating healthier people, stronger teams, and safer, higher performing organisations. If you're ready to rethink how your organisation supports people working in a 24/7 environment, I'd love to continue the conversation. So visit ahealthyshift.com or connect with me on LinkedIn by searching Roger Sutherland. Now, back to today's episode. Oh, so you're no longer doing what you were doing, and you're still paying the price for that.
And I'm still going to bed, you know. And the other thing you said often over the last 12 months I've listened, or longer, 2 years I've listened to you blokes.
Yes.
3 years. Is it's good to have a nana nap or a quick nap. Hey, I tried that when I was getting home and then hanging around, 15, half an hour in bed. I'd wake up and I felt like, I don't know, what Tony, S-H-I-T,
yes.
right? He's got a special way of saying it. But, and then I'd say, well, no, I'd just rather stay out in the paddock all day and do something and then go, right, I'm having dinner at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll go to bed at 4 or 5 and then, get up, depending how early I was going.
Yeah.
Because every night varied by about a 4 or 5 hour window.
Yep.
Cal, you're a good man. Thank you for telling us that story. And yet some of us, and I include myself in that, for the most part, last night, for example, we had a bit of a weekend, but by about 7:30, 7:45, I thought, well, I'll go and have a nap. And I napped for 2 hours happily. I reckon I was asleep within minutes.
Yep.
For that 2 hours.
And that's exactly how I used to do the nights when I was with Vic Pole. I would do 7 nights a night shift, and they would be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I would always have a strategic, we call it a nap, for an hour and a half. And that's what gets you through. Not only that, but it's important for the brain.
Very much for the brain, and yet I still get away with it, and my brain's not that great. Kel, thank you for that great call. More the other side of this. It is Australia Overnight. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Now, this is Australia Overnight with Tony McManus.
Morning. Melbourne town just on 9 degrees, top today 15. Perth 7 degrees, 23 sunny, and Adelaide 10 degrees right now with a top of 15 degrees. Roger Sutherland is here from A Healthy Shift and the new brand which is coming soon. Well, it's here already, really, isn't it?
Yeah, Shift Work Champions.
Shift Work Champions, if you don't mind. Lots of texts, lots of calls. Thank you, Annie, for your text. Very kind of you. Annie, because all that information is important to me, if you could email over, and I'll respond to you, overnights at 3aw.com.au. So one word, overnights, plural, at 3aw.com.au. Tone and Roger, wait until you have to do a morning, day and night for 3 years, no shower, no bed, not much food, stop complaining and enjoy life, says 590.
Yeah, I agree.
Legitimate. And another one, Michael, thank you. I'm sleeping in a split shift, unfortunately. I go to bed around about 10 p.m, wake up 3 to 4 hours later, listen to Tony's great show, and then go back to sleep around about 5 for another 4 to 5 hours. That split shift, is it bad? Depends on demographic and age and the health issues, presume.
Do you know, we used to, before the the invention of electric light, we used to literally sleep in 2 shifts. Like cavemen would sleep in 2 shifts. They would sleep once it got dark, get up in the middle of the night, perform tasks overnight, then go back to sleep again. It is a perfectly natural thing for us to do, to wake up in the middle of the night and go back to sleep. And, researchers are actually starting to do a lot more work around this. There's been some really good blogs circulating recently in relation to this, what we call biphasic sleep, sleeping in two lots. So is it bad? It's actually natural.
Bill in WA. Morning, Bill.
Morning, guys. Can we split this segment into 2 sections so that I talk again?
Please,
because
go.
There's a lot to this. You'll remember Neil Adcock, Graham Mabry, all those presenters before.
Yeah, Graham Mabry, a dear friend of listeners right across WA for a long time, 33 years.
I've had a problem with sleeping since school, okay? So as soon as I was old enough to go get a job, I've always had night shift. I worked for Wilson's for years. I go out now and sell Big Issue in the middle of the night. I won't say where because I'm on air, but Big Issue asked me to stop because they thought I'd be in trouble because of the nightlife, but I can't sleep. I have never been able to sleep since I left school. So I've always taken night shift jobs, and when I retired from working with Laurie Wilson in WA, I went and got a night shift job, and I go into all the nightclubs.
Billy,
and,
with that sleeping thing, Bill, did you ever have any treatment for it? Did you consider
Nah,
getting any?
Nah, but now it might have caused, we don't know yet, it might have caused heart problems, might have caused stuff, no one knows. But when I was doing permanent night shift, I painted a room in my house black, totally black, and shut out the windows. So if I was going to do night shift, I'd go into that room. And when I was on day shift, I'd go into and I couldn't sleep, I'd go into the black room and go to sleep.
Bill, it's a great call.
Can I just ask a question? There's a number of things around that. One thing that we need to understand as humans is our body is literally responding to the signals that we're giving it. So if we're out of kilter or off centre, we've got to look at the signals that we're actually giving it. So I would ask about stress. Now, you've said you've painted your room black and you've also blocked out your windows, so you've got your darkness. Temperature's got to be right. We've got to be careful at the times that we actually eat. Do we have pets? A lot of people get woken up by pets, cats and dogs coming in and out of their rooms all the time. Our body is literally only responding. And if you go back into a normal diurnal cycle and take everything out that is impacting on your sleep at night, your body will respond to the signals that you're actually giving it. And this is one of the ways that I work with clients around this, because stress contributes massively to poor sleep.
Good on you. Thank you very much for that great call, Bill. We've got to move on, unfortunately, otherwise we're going to run out of time. You sent me a one-word line.
Yes.
So share with the audience across Australia that line.
All right, so what it is there's no money, but that's not going to cut it anymore.
So is that not legitimate, given that both Fed and state were in a financial crisis in terms of debt?
They might be in debt. I'm going to make this quite clear, all right? The point that I'm making here is there's no money, but that's not going to cut it anymore. We can't turn round telling the Chief Commissioner of Police, sorry, there's no money. Now, you can say, but there is no money. What I'm saying is it's not a priority. We haven't made our police a priority. We haven't made our nurses a priority. Our paramedics, we've not made them a priority. Our teachers, we've not made them a priority. Our roads, we've not made them a priority.
Hospitals.
Because we've spent money in so many different areas as a priority. Now, a lot of people say to me, oh, there's a cost of living crisis, there's no money. I've literally just travelled to Europe. Those planes leaving Melbourne are full of people going away on holidays, right? So, and people are at shopping centres and they're buying, they're spending. But it's not a priority to look after their health.
Car sales at all-time high.
Car sales are at all-time high. New cars on the road, houses. Now, the point that I want to make here, and I want to be very careful and very clear on this point because it's important, we can't turn around and say to the Chief Commissioner of Police, there's no money, and here's your shoestring budget and cut the budget, because we're already nearly 1,600 police officers down, right? And the people that are left behind, and you've seen the front page of the Herald Sun today, and I heard you mention it before I came in today.
Well, for those that haven't seen it, so the headline in the Herald Sun is, large letters, Cops Desk Warfare.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Now, notoriously, this government cannot get IT right.
That's the Victorian state
The Victorian state government, but governments full stop can't get projects and can't get IT right. Commissioner Bush came in to Victoria Police and couldn't believe it when he looked at the IT system and how antiquated it was, and went about fixing it to get police back on the road. All right, now, he's doing things at the moment to get police back on the road. So now we're stat collecting and doing the admin for the court system? Right, so we've created space to do this. He would be furious at this. He would be absolutely furious that here he is doing everything he can on one hand, but on the other hand, they're taking away. Now, I noticed in my time in VicPol, towards the end of my time in VicPol, all we are is insurance stat collectors going around collecting data. There is no efficient system in VicPol. There's no efficient system in hospitals, no efficient systems for paramedics. The duplication of entering data over and over and over again is just outrageous. And what we're doing is we are burning out good people, and we're not looking after the people that we've got. Now, what we're doing is we're trying to recruit our way out of a crisis. Daniel Andrews brought in that paramedics could qualify, nurses could qualify for free, and they could become nurses. But there's no jobs. They're all walking around with no jobs now.
All that is absolutely legitimate.
Yep.
And I think most of us would understand that that is the case.
Yes.
So we understand what the issues are.
Yep.
And as I've been saying for some time, what are the solutions?
Well, we've got to start prioritising it. Instead of turning around and spending money on projects and things that we are not prioritising, we've got to prioritise our emergency services and our teachers. Full stop.
133 693. Come and have your say. Look at all the texts. We're not going to get through them all, but thank you very much. But you can certainly send an email, overnights@3aw.com.au. Good morning, Tone. Great to hear you both. Fabulous weekend. Thank you, T and W, Tanya and William in Mount Eliza. Good morning to you. Listening to the program from Annie, thank you. I think we read that. Brother Coogee read Jeff White. It's a lot of... Oh, you're talking about the band. Thank you for that. But yes, you're right, Leo Dalton. We were talking about Leo Dalton, who's a great guitarist with the Hawking Brothers all those years ago.
I'm looking at you because
the
not
Hawking Brothers, the young ones, they just don't understand. Oh, it is Australia overnight. Good morning. Must be a Monday morning, 5:19. Hello to you. Joining Roger Sutherland. He is here, Healthy Shift and creator of Shift to Work Champions. The topic is no money, but that's just not going to cut it anymore. I wish there was a definitive answer around that.
Yeah, I do too. I honestly do, but it's very frustrating to watch at the moment. Very frustrating to watch.
For everyone.
Oh, yes, that's right.
How long since you driven from Ballarat back to Melbourne on the road?
Well, I drove to Warrnambool.
How was that?
Oh, my Lord. It's like a minefield.
It's awful.
It is literally like a minefield.
And it's almost as if... No, there's not much we can do. We've got no money.
No, because we've accepted where we're at, right? Because it is so bad. Like every time you turn the TV on, or you turn the news on, or you listen to the radio or whatever, it's another crime. Look at this poor man that tried to stop the girl in his car, reversed over in his driveway the other day. That's critical.
Dreadfully sad.
Now we look at that and we go, yeah, another day in Victoria. We should not be saying that. We should not be saying, oh, it's just another day in Victoria. That's become our normal now. It's our catch cry. Oh, another day in Victoria. Or another day in this country or whatever. We need to be pushing back and fighting against it. I don't know what the answer is, but we need to be standing up and fighting.
There was I think last Thursday, Friday in the news, there was I think a husband and wife team. They'd gone out. They'd left the service after many, many years. And it was celebrated. They'd been brought back in to do work, which was fantastic.
Yep.
Which you've been asked to do that, but you probably wouldn't.
No, I never got an invite.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did?
I never even got an invite.
Well, I think the Commissioner will tap you on the shoulder at some point.
Yep.
Too many years the wealthy are not paying their way, according to Text 174 there. Well, workers must now pay the bulk of tax for government. And there's a very long, wonderful text ending in 340. If you could put that into an email, would be really helpful, because we can't open all those tabs. But if you send it an email, I'll come back to you on it. overnights@3aw.com.au. David, Warrnambool, just a quickie. Good morning.
Good morning. I just heard you cross something about police or something, and I thought I'll ring up and say something. What's going on?
Yes, David.
It's about my son-in-law situation. He wants to be in the police force, whatever. He's been a policeman overseas for 8 years. He's he's looking after the prisoners now, and he's waiting for his permanent entry or something, and the government's whatever's going on. But he tells me he does his job so well. He's such a big man, and the situation is he's protecting his co-workers and everything like that. He said, a lot of women, he said that, look, they're understaffed and everything like that, but he wants to be a Victorian policeman, and he just can't wait until he goes to the academy and take up his chosen profession.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's built like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
And he's a fully trained policeman and can't can't get the job.
And David, the question that I would ask is, how long's he been in the system? Can you answer that? How long is it since he first applied to where he's at now?
Well, it's got to be the best part of 2 years, yeah.
There you go. See, and this is common. This is common, Tony. This is what people...
That is, why is that the case then? Why is the gap for 2 years in that case?
They're so understaffed everywhere that
even
processing the applications and trying to get people through, they're having massive problems with being able to do just that. Don't believe the smoke and mirrors. Now, these reservists that they've brought back in, some of them have been put through. I know there's a lot of reservists that are still waiting. They've been in the system and they're commenting in forums and saying, it looks like it's got worse, nothing's changed. It's so slow, the process of getting people through and getting people in. And that needs to be expedited. So we can't turn around.
And if it's happening in say, that department, we're talking that because that's...
I'm just talking about VicPol here at the moment. But
presumably it's happening in other departments.
I'm sure it is. I know West Australia are crying for police at the moment as well. I know they are desperately trying to get police and trying to make the job better because I follow their pages, I follow their union pages and things like that. It's not, and I want to make this clear, it's not just Victoria. Right, it is worldwide, this problem with policing. It's worldwide. It's everywhere that we have this problem. It's in the US. The UK are on their knees. They've got massive turnover, big problems. So my question in relation to that is, are we recruiting the right people? And maybe that's holding it up. Because the way we advertise, you can fly a helicopter and you can play with a dog and you can ride a motorbike, and people join thinking that that's what they're going to do. And then within 2 years, they want to know, when do I get to ride the motorbike and play with the dog? And all I'm doing is being hospital guard, or I'm actually dealing with family violence incidents.
Which may feel, is demeaning the right word?
Yeah, well, it's not what was advertised.
No, not what was advertised.
And a different generation too, T-Mac.
Yeah, of course.
It's a different generation of people. They're an entitled society and they want to be able to do all of these things that, that's been advertised. This is why I've joined. That's what I want. When I joined in the 80s, I was career. That's what I wanted to do.
That's all you wanted to do.
I did it for 40 years. That's it. That's all I've wanted to do.
And you're a good man. Don't go away. Look at all the texts. There were a lot of women that were attracted into VicPol, and are they still doing that? Are they still trying to attract more women to fill some of those holes?
I wouldn't think so. I think they'll take what they can get now. I wouldn't say that they would be. There's a text here: are females being fast tracked? And I wouldn't say yes. I would not say yes. It would be what they could get.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's about hands up.
And also the police force has been destroyed by hiring women and men who aren't men.
Got to go.
That demographic.
Yeah, got to go. Nice to see you. Thank you. Get them fired up.
Thank you.
Brekkie with Ross and Russ. That's next. Tom Elliott from 8:30. Have a fantastic day.